Good morning, everybody. This is Melissa Van Zee coming to you from live in South Carolina. What if your business could do more than just make money? What if it could actually change lives? First of all, I'm glad you're here today. I want to share something that completely changed the way I look at my business, especially in network marketing. I've had conversations with people in the past few days that say, this is not working. People still think that it's a Ponzi scheme. Yeah, no, it's not. But I want to address something I was told early on in my journey back in the networking industry back a number of years ago. Find a why that makes you cry. Folks, that just didn't resonate with me. It didn't work. It just didn't work for me. I have always been focused on others. It's who I am. It's how Nicole is. It's how John Melton and who Margiela Ponde and Michelle Barnes and Tony and Sarah Zalecki and Rick and Michelle Teague, Ray and Jessica Higdon. I see this quality in every single one of them. We haven't always been business partners. In fact, for a number of years, I was following them, but I wasn't connecting with them. I was told your why needs to be very personal, not by the people I just mentioned, but by other people. Some of them I'm still very much friends with, and that actually works for them. But for me, it did not work. That intention, find a why that makes you cry, it's well-intentioned. But here's the thing, it did not settle with my heart. It just didn't. So I had a conversation with Reggie Cochran. This has been over 10 years ago that we had this conversation. And he threw out an alternative solution to me. It's where I learned the term, what he called the purpose-driven prosperity. It's very loosely connected to what the guy who wrote The Purpose-Driven Life, it's what he taught. I don't even remember who that guy is. I just know that's where it came from. Purpose-Driven Prosperity was born out of a real need in Reggie's heart to say, I want to do something more than just feed my family. I want to serve others. In Matthew 6:21, it says, where your treasure is, that's where your heart's at. For me, it's always been to know, how can I serve somebody else? This is something that came out of my early days and back in the 1980s when I first became a believer in Jesus Christ. It was born out of that. The idea came that it was simple. He wanted to make an impact. And Reggie's still making an impact. In fact, I'm going to tell you at the end of this broadcast how I'm going to help Reggie accomplish a dream that he has. This month, I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. In fact, God's leading me to a different direction when it comes to my book. That I've been saying I want God to direct me when it comes to this whole idea of an aligned life. And I'm following God's instructions very directly. It's not about getting rich. Money comes when you find ways to serve others. And that's what my focus is. When God's priorities come first, provision will follow. So what does purpose-driven prosperity actually look like? And by the way, I do have some short notes here, just to make sure that I don't keep this really, really long. First, it starts with choosing a cause you truly believe in. Reggie is doing something right now that is going to impact the youth of our country in a very drastic and dramatic way. I believe in it. What he's doing is it is going to change thousands, if not millions, of young lives. And I want to help him pull it off. I've told him this from day one. When he first told me what he was up to, at that point, I made a promise I would keep it secret, but now he's not being secretive about it. So therefore, I don't have to be secretive about it. Within this project, people talk about giving 10%. But I'm being called to give more. So I'm going to. Malachi 3:10 says that bring the whole tithe into the storehouse, and God will open the gates, the windows of heaven with so much blessing you won't have room enough to contain it. When we start seeing income not just as money, but as a tool that God can use, then everything changes. Now, here's where you guys know about this part. Here's where it gets a little bit more narrow. I want to invite people to join me in this. We're going to partner together to help each other, help our ministries that we want to see happen. Maybe you want to support the Children's Miracle Network. Maybe you want to support what Reggie's doing. Maybe you have some other ministry or organization you want to support. I'm going to partner with you, and we're going to work together to make this a reality. We're helping each other support a mission. The more our businesses grow, the more lives we can touch. 2 Corinthians says that when we are rich in every way, it leads to generosity, and generosity brings thanksgiving to God. And the third piece is multiplication. When someone joins my team, I encourage them to choose a cause that matters to them. As each person grows their business and their generosity, the impact multiplies. That's when something really, really beautiful happens. Instead of just building an organization, you're building a movement of people who are using their businesses to serve others. The Bible talks the idea of sharing and multiplying in Galatians 6, verse 6. And I'll tell you something. Since I started aligning my business with this mindset, things have changed for me personally. Not just financially. I've seen God provide in some incredible ways. But it goes more than just the financial side. It's showing up spiritually and emotionally as well. I have a deeper reason to want to show up every day. Not just toward building a personal goal. I'm building to bless people. In Proverbs 11:25 says so clearly, the generous soul will be made rich, and he who waters will also be watered himself. There's a principle there. What you feed grows. When you feed generosity, generosity grows. When you feed purpose, your purpose grows. When you feed service, fulfillment grows. Fulfillment follows. Purpose-driven prosperity gave my business a foundation that feels sustainable, joyful, and aligned with my faith. It connects with income with impact, success with service, and growth with gratitude. And honestly, that alignment has changed everything for me. It really has. So, thanks for spending a few minutes with me today. And if this message resonates with you, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. And if you're someone who wants to build something meaningful, something that makes a difference in people's lives, I'd love to connect with you. Have a great day, everyone. I appreciate you all. And before I close, there's actually one more thing I want to address. And that's this. What Nicole and I are building. It's not a scam. It's real. We have real physical products. We have a real travel component to it. Maybe you've someplace you've been wanting to travel to, but you say, I can't afford it. This is a way you can. We have nutrition products that are second to none. If you know me, you know my background. I've got a degree in nutrition, and I'm still contemplating getting my master's degree. It's something I just can't, no matter how hard I try, I can't seem to let go of it. But it's not about the knowledge. It's not about the piece of paper. It's about serving you guys. It's about serving the people who are taking the time to watch these videos. I want to help you achieve the life that you want to achieve. It's where my heart's at. How can I help you get the life you want? I'm not doing this alone. I'm doing this with John and Nadia Melton. I'm doing this with Margiela Prandes. I'm doing this with Michelle Barnes. I'm doing it with Nicole Lee. We're all working together. And what we're doing is not a scam. It's real. It's tangible. And we're changing lives. That's where my heart's at. That's where my heart's at. It's not about getting rich. It's not about having a gazillion dollars. It's about impacting lives. If this is something that resonates with you, is something you want to join us on, then reach out to us. Reach out to myself, reach out to Nicole, and I'm going to tag Nicole in this post. I'm also going to be tagging other people as well. So their followers can see what we're doing. Because what we're doing is changing lives every single day. We're seeing people achieve health outcomes that are incredible. We're seeing people keep from becoming homeless. And I'm saying out now to change people, to change these youth's lives. That's a tough one to say sometimes. But I'm setting out to change the youth of America as well. What I'm doing is biblical, and if you want to join me, I invite you to just have a conversation with me. I believe in this, and I believe in the people who are doing this. The question is, are you willing to do what it takes and take a chance and trying something new? Have a great day, and I look forward to talking to you. Bye for now. Okay, come on. This thing does not want to... For some reason, I can't seem to get my...